Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Tuesday, the 16th of July, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, Youth and Sports Eagles go down 1. And in our feature for this evening, Eddie Richards Football Summer Camp boots off. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
Trouble, trouble, trouble. Let me go. Everybody come. That one you go mad. We are gonna push forward. I want to hear everybody say ready, ready.
Well, I'm back, and we start with football, and we have some results in the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 qualifications over in St. Kitts. Saturday, 13th July at Warner Park Stadium in Match 1. St. Vincent and the Grenadines 0, Barbados 2. Scoring for Barbados, Felicia Jarvis, 2 goals in the 34th and 75th minutes. The officials were Iola Simmons, Antigua, Melissa Smith and Canada, Yvette Rodriguez, Cuba, and Mario Mora, Costa Rica. Referee assessor Diana Ferreira and James Bahamas. Match 2, St. Kitts and Nevis 3, Anguilla 0, scoring for SKN, Ellie Stokes 2 goals in the 16th and 79th minutes, Ayanla Bailey Williams 52nd minute. The officials were Crystal Sobers of Trinidad, Jacet Kerr of Jamaica, and Minjessa Rents of Suriname, along with referee assessor Livingston Bailey of the Cayman Islands. Now to basketball. The St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank New Attitude Playoff Finals continued on Sunday, 14 July with 2 games. In Game 1, ASC Jayhawks defeated Youth and Sports Eagles of Nevis 76-60. For Jayhawks, Justin Hutton, he got 25 points, 6 rebounds. Leroy Wilkinson, 18 points, 12 rebounds. Rainier Richardson, 12 points and 5 rebounds. For the Eagles, Karim Parry, 18 points, 5 rebounds. Trevon Simmons, 16 points, 8 rebounds. Craig Angull, 13 points, 15 rebounds. This means that the series is now tied with both teams winning 1 game each. In Game 2, Inner City Conquerors defeated defending champion St. Paul's Tough-Nuts 71-68. For the Conquerors, Levan Lee, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Troy Watley, 14 points, 15 rebounds. Tambora Canes, 9 points, 6 rebounds. For Tough-Nuts, Nashon Maynard, 20 points, 33 rebounds. Clayton Powell, 13 points, 3 assists. Demaine Rollins, 12 points, 14 rebounds. This was the first game in the best-of-5 series. The playoffs continue this evening, Tuesday, 16 July, with 1 game, Youth and Sports Eagles versus ASC Jayhawks at 7 p.m. Thursday, 18 July, will see the Inner City Conquerors engage St. Paul's Tough-Nuts in the Premier Division Finals. Game starts at 7 p.m. We go to break, and when I come back, we'll have our feature for this evening.
Everybody have a good time. We're enjoying ourselves. We're having fun.
Love, passion, pride. Culturama 45. The Caribbean's greatest summer line. We are alive from July 26th to August 6th.
Well, I'm back, and tonight football is in the spotlight. It was an impressive ceremony, and it was held at its usual home, the St. Thomas's Primary School. The ceremony effectively signaled the commencement of the 15th Annual Football Summer Camp hosted by Emmanuel Eddie Richards and his team. The ceremony was ably chaired by team member Mrs. Shinella Nisbet. Let's take in these excerpts.
Mr. Emmanuel Richards, Director of the Emmanuel Richards Summer Football Program, staff, coaches, young footballers, sponsors, parents, well-wishers, a pleasant good morning. And welcome to the Emmanuel Richards Summer Football Program 2019 opening ceremony.
Today marks the 15th year of the Emmanuel Richards Summer Football Program. Let me first say that we started at the Jessup Playing Field in 2004, just having 4 children for 2 weeks. At that time, there was only one sponsor. That person by the name of Andy Liebert from the Nevis Multiline Services. And also at that time, we had just one coach just to help with the program, and that's Mr. Everett Weber Herbert. Can you give him a hand, please? In 2005, but before I start, let me introduce or say the members of the Emmanuel Richards Summer Football Program. So wherever you see them, you know that they're part of a good thing. First, I would like to acknowledge Shinelka Nisbet Clark. She's the secretary, so the letters that you receive was done by her. Also have Mr. Rohan Isles. He's not here as yet, but he's one of the persons who normally sign in the check in order for me to go and buy the supplies that we need. And I have my wife here, Janice, who is in the kitchen, who prepare the sandwiches and the watermelon and such like for you. And myself here is the director. Those are the persons who's involved with the hard work that you have seen or being done every year. In 2005, that's the second year, we had about 8 or 9 children and had the same sponsor, which was Mr. Andy Liebert. Then in 2006-2007, the Honorable Mark Grantley joined as a second sponsor. I felt good after another sponsor came on board. The numbers of children kept moving up. In 2008, RBT Bank came on board, and in 2009, Lefco Equipment hopped on. The list goes on. I would like to just say, though, is that it's not every year that you send letters to the same sponsors and they acknowledge your letter. Due to the fact that sometimes whatever business they're into, financially, might be up, might be down. So unfortunately, sometimes it is just a hold off until the following year. And I want to thank all those persons, and that's why we are here today. I want to thank all those persons who've been on board from 2004 to now. Even if you do not sponsor now, but your name being called from since 2004. And I just call all the names. And we are very happy from the Emmanuel Richards Summer Football Program. I don't want to say that this program is just a fun thing or money-making thing, because it's not a money-making thing. It is a sport where you can make money from once you apply yourself to it. And once you have the urge, the discipline, and to respect your peers, you will always go a long way.
We have been a sponsor for this program for quite a while. That's the Ministry of Social Development, Sports, et al. You would have heard sports, the Department of Sports, of course, that is under the purview of the Ministry of Social Development, et al. We decided long ago to assist in this program because one of our objectives is to reduce social vulnerability. And since we are in the vanguard for promoting the development of sports, we feel that it is important to have other stakeholders involved in sports. This is the sport of football. You would recognize that the Ministry and Department of Sport cannot do it alone. We expect other persons to come forward and put on programs so as to assist our children who are interested in sports, interested in football. In fact, over the last couple of months, I have been basically glued to ESPN watching the Cricket World Cup that was won by England yesterday. I am saying that to say that sport is extremely important. And in fact, most times when I turn on my television and look at ESPN, I tend to see football more than any other sport. And so that tells me that football is a very big industry worldwide. And so it presents for you an opportunity where you can contribute to the sport, to the industry, football, in different ways.
I want to especially acknowledge the children here. You are the real MVPs. The Bank of Nevis Limited is pleased once again to sponsor the Emmanuel Richards Summer Football Program. I understand that this year we are celebrating 15 years of service to the community, and I want to say congrats are in order to the organizing committee. Job well done. "15 years ago, when this program started, it started with the goal and the intention to teach basic skills and knowledge of football. 15 years later, it is still teaching the basic skills for football, building community, and guiding our youth down the correct path in these trying times. We at the Bank of Nevis Limited believe in community, and that is why we have been on board for several years and will remain on board for several more years to come. On behalf of the directors, management, and staff of the Bank of Nevis Limited, we want to wish you the very best and congrats on the 15 years and wish you 15 more years to come, plus another 15 years on top of that. We would like to give this football to the program just to say congratulations on achieving this wonderful milestone of 15 years. It's a branded Bank of Nevis football, and we wish you all the very best. The bank that cares, the bank that invests in you, the bank, your bank, my bank, our bank, the Bank of Nevis Limited, improving the quality of life. I thank you.
As the leading indigenous bank in the Federation, National accepts its responsibilities just not corporate, but as a social, and as such, the institution has always strived to lend a hand to positively impacting the community in which it functions. So it is indeed an honor and a privilege to contribute to this summer program in a tangible way, as it assists in shaping the future of our youngsters, both physically and mentally. It is our hope that when this summer program is over, that you will walk away as better players and would have made lasting friendships. So just before I leave, I want to remind you that banking with National is investing in your future. Have a great 2 weeks.
Island, Thames and Hardware, we always contribute to every social event, whether it be Culturama, inter-primary, activity like this one, the Emmanuel Eddy football organization. We always involved in these type of activities, and we are happy to do so. But I want to say to the children this morning that it is indeed a pleasure to be associated with you. I think I have a word for you of encouragement, which is to be disciplined. And I'm not going to only tell you to be disciplined, but I'm going to tell you what is discipline. Discipline is simply self-control. If you control yourselves when you're on the field, you are being disciplined. If you kick the ball properly, the way it's supposed to be kicked, you're being disciplined. If you talk to your teammates with love, with respect. You're being disciplined. So it's a whole holistic word. When you say discipline, you are expected to be friendly. You are expected to be honest. You are expected to do the right thing. So I want you throughout these 2 weeks to do the right things at all times.
I'm really hoping that you guys are happy to be here, as we here at CIBC First Caribbean is ecstatic to be in partner with Mr. Keynes for the past 15 years. And hopefully it would be another 15 years and more after that. What I really want you guys to remember in this program is not to just take back the skills of being a footballer or athlete, but also take what being in a program like this can give you. You learn teamwork, as my friend here from Island Tile said. It teaches you discipline, and also it helps you develop overall as an individual.
So I am JD Keynes, and I am here from the Nevis Cooperative Credit Union Limited. And I just want to start by saying I am so proud of all of you for coming here today to be a part of this program, which will run for the next 2 weeks. Because as Mr. Glasgow would have indicated, there are other programs that are happening at this point in time. And so the parents also should be commended for just having the children involved in something positive during their summer vacation, because we know that the devil finds work for idle hands to do. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm from the Nevis Credit Union, and we are the oldest of just 4 credit unions in St. Kitts and Nevis. And we are really pleased and proud to be associated with this program, the Emmanuel Richards Summer Football Program, for 2 reasons. One, because at the credit union, the Nevis Credit Union that is, we like to invest in youth and sports. And so that's a given. Also, too, because the director of this program, Mr. Richards, has practically grown up in the credit union, because his mother, somebody I knew, was one of the pioneers of the credit union. And so we feel that it is necessary for us to invest in his activity as his family would have invested in the credit union. Now, so we like to be associated with great things. And children, to you, as I wrap up, I just want to encourage you to learn as much as you can. Are you listening? What did I just say? Okay, good. So you're going to learn as much as you can. You're going to make as many friends as you can. Say that. And you're also going to remember to be as appreciative as you ought. Say that. Okay, so we are going to learn as much as we can, we are going to make as many friends as we can, and we are going to be as appreciative as we ought. That means we are going to pay attention to what's going on, what is being taught, so that we can learn. We are going to make friends. That means we are going to be kind to everybody. It doesn't matter which school they attend. We are going to be kind to everybody. If someone falls, we're going to assist them. We're not going to laugh and bully anyone. And we are going to be as appreciative as we ought. As Mr. Powell would have indicated, when you see your sponsors on the road, or a fellow parent, or even Mrs. Nisbet, Mrs. Richards, Mr. Richards, you need to, just say hi, remember good morning, good afternoon, good night, because we want you to be as appreciative as you ought. So with those few words, I wish you well, Mr. Richards. Congratulations to you and your team for the great work that you've been doing, and continue to invest in our young people.
My name is Nandine, and I'm here representing Nagico Insurance. We are proud to be a sponsor of the Emmanuel Richardson Summer Program. Like Emmanuel Richardson, Nagico has celebrated its 15th anniversary serving St. Kitts and Nevis. Nagico is proud to be a supporter of this program, and we will continue to support initiatives as such. With this being said, we would like to wish all of you a happy summer camp. Make sure you make friends, have fun, and enjoy the season.
Well, of course, we'll be keeping you updated on the progress of that camp. That's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you are not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.